Enstrom, and he's the player to watch out for Boston College, number 9 in the maroon. He's got 3 goals in the first 2 games this year. And one of the best scorers in Boston College history. Tyshawn Rose turns it over middle of the field, and the Friars now look to use it in transition. Brendan Constantine, a serpentine route trying to get around a couple of defenders and gets ripped down. And the foul on Boston College. Constantine, the senior from Glastonbury, Connecticut, making his 42nd career start in his 58th overall appearance. Danny Griffin working near the corner flag on the near side. And now Boston College looks to clear their defensive third. Boston College, tough season last year, went 6-10-1, only won 6-1 in the ACC, finishing 5th in the Atlantic Division of the conference. This year, they're picked to finish last in that division. That's 6th, 6 teams on the Atlantic side of things. And 2 very good years back-to-back, 2015 and 16. Reaching the quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament in 2015 and the second round in 2016. Of course, in 2016, the Friars were a quarterfinal team, and can't forget in 2014, Big East championship season, and all the way to the College Cup for this Friars program, trying to rebound off of a less than 500 a year last year, 5-8-5. And it went 2-3-5 in the Big East to the Friars, bringing back 8 starters from last year, 10 new players on this Friars roster, and first time playing at Chappie Field here this season. Great crowd continuing to file in. You can see on the far side stands and also behind the goal to my right, fans filling in onto the grass, the hill that's behind the goal. That's being manned right now by Colin Miller, redshirt senior captain keeper from Bel Air, Maryland. He had 7 saves in the opening night victory over Southern Methodist. Middle of the field, Danny Griffin. Forced to move it backwards. So Providence this year already 1-0 when taking on ranked opponents. Friars had 3 ranked opponents last year. They were 0-2-1 in those games. So off to a better start in that category are the Friars. Chance developing at the edge of the box and cleared away nicely. Gleesman Sousa gets to it for Providence, though. Freshman making his 3rd start. Excuse me, he's a redshirt senior making his 3rd start. Joe Serrano. Juggled around by Sousa. Lays it off to his left to Braden Klein, junior from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Down the end line, and may have taken an elbow up high. And then Abe Bibas steps over him, which draws a reaction. Referee checking on Klein, who has been mainstay in the starting lineup for the most part. Today is his 37th career start out of 40 games played. Just about 5 minutes gone by. Friars and Eagles, 3rd game of the season for both teams. A ball into space. Danny Griffin trying to track it down, but he's cut off by Tyler Stott, freshman defender from Westboro, Massachusetts for Boston College. Ball bouncing around Simon Enstrom. And now Beto Luna, number 17, who touched it along the near side. He's appearing in his 1st game this season. Played centrally to Joe Kellett. 1st year in the Boston College program for him. He transferred in from UMass Lowell, where he started 34 games the last 2 years of the Riverhawks. Part of a top 15 team last year with UMass Lowell. And we got a whistle and a foul potential, maybe for a card here. Clock is continuing to run though. So play just continue on here with a free kick for Boston College. Callum Johnson will be into it with his right foot in a moment for the Eagles. Surge right out. Johnson chipping it back into the box and headed up over the goalie Miller and into the back of the net. Providence looking for an offside call. They're not going to get it, it appears. Beto Luna with the header over Miller. I believe Callum Johnson was the one who chipped it back in again after he had served it in initially on the free kick. And Beto Luna, in his first game of the season, scores his third career goal. Again, from those replays, we really can't tell if offside or not for sure, because obviously we're shooting that from an angle and you don't see immediately when the ball is passed where the Eagles players are, but Providence certainly thought that was offside. Instead, it's a goal for Beto Luna. Now the Friars trying to get it right back, and a great save by Antonio Chavez Borelli. Hot start to this one. Into the 8th minute. It's 1-0 Boston College moments ago. Luna scoring for the Eagles. Assist to Callum Johnson, who has 2 assists already on the year. Simon Enstrom wrestling with Sousa. And Sousa called for the foul as he had a hold of Enstrom's jersey. Enstrom has 25 career goals. He's 6th all time in Boston College history. Just got himself 1 goal ahead of Charlie Davies in that category, Boston College history. Now Callum Johnson from the near side here. Basically a mirror image. It's basically same spot. Other side of the field. Johnson trying to recover it. Braden Klein there defensively for Providence. And slides to tackle that one out. Terrific atmosphere here at Chappie Field tonight for the home opener for the Friars. They're about to have a throw by Joe Kellett. And the referee trying to sort things out of the box right now. Looking at the play by Klein. Blocking the cross from Johnson. And here is Kellett, junior from Norfolk, Massachusetts. Again, first year in the Eagles program after transferring from UMass Lowell. Long throw. It was about to be into the 6. It was headed away. Johnson looked to volley it back in. Headed in the air by Abe Bibas. Loose ball in the midfield, and Kellett will drop it back to his keeper, Chavez Borelli. And then over the top of the defense, trying to get it to Enstrom. Foul against Boston College. '41st all-time meeting between Providence and Boston College. Of course, former Big East rivals before Boston College moved on. A history that dates back to 1970 between these two programs. Ball to the feet of DaCosta. DaCosta with the game winner against SMU. Loses it at the side of the box there, and get a Providence foul. And Boston College will have possession on the restart. Providence last year here at Chappie Field, 3-2-3. Their home record, hoping to improve upon that this year and protect their home field a bit better. Calling a foul on Enstrom, and he's arguing with the referee that, again, they're pulling and tugging at his jersey. Ramsey Kawasmi, it's a freshman in the starting lineup, third time in 3 games. Now the seam, defensively David Longo there. Gets bumped down by DaCosta. So the free kick for the keeper, Antonio Chavez Borelli, who had a career-high 6 saves in a game last year against Notre Dame. He had a 4-10 record last year in the 17 games and 14 starts that he had, but a decent start for him with a tie Monday against Boston University this year. A game in which the Eagles trailed 3-1 with just about 30 minutes left and came back to tie it in regulation. Simon Enstrom had the game-tying goal with just over 3 minutes left, and eventually that game ended in a 3-3 draw. That one just knocked out of bounds by Ivan Postolka, freshman from Croatia. He's played every minute so far in his freshman campaign for Boston College. Ball switched here to the near side to Sousa. Sousa running into the box. Griffin didn't return it to him. They got an injured Fryer with 32 minutes plus and counting. Referee still checking on the situation, and back up on his feet is Thiago Mendonça. Free kick for the Eagles. He's going to skip wide of the post, but gobbled up by Miller. Miller, unanimous Big East preseason goalie of the year. Remember, 2 years ago was the goalie of the year for the season in the Big East Conference. Coming in with a .097 career goals against average, an 80% save percentage, and 13 career shutouts. Goal for Boston College came in the 7th minute by Beto Luna, assisted by Callum Johnson on a play that Providence thought was offside. And maybe for a moment froze and thought the play was being whistled down as Luna headed the ball, looped it up over Colin Miller, about 8 or 10 yards out. Diagonal ball was cut down by Luna. Cleared out to midfield. Mendonça is able to control it near the halfway line for the Friars, and they now look to work from the back. Kawasmi, mentioned freshman, in the lineup all 3 games so far this year for Providence. Member of the Philadelphia Union Academy team the last couple of years, U18, U19. Almost through the 15th minute of this one. Good ball to the corner of the box. Sousa had it broken up by Luna and will lead to a throw for the Friars. Providence picked to be 4th in the Big East, or tied for 4th. Georgetown picked to win the conference, followed by Butler and Xavier. Then Providence in a tie with Creighton. And Big East play for the Friars will open up September the 14th at DePaul. And then the first home Big East game will be September the 29th against Xavier. So that'll be early home test in the Big East Conference to play the team that's picked to be just ahead of you in the league. Again, mentioned Boston College, they're picked to finish last in the ACC Atlantic Division. And obviously the ACC is a stacked conference, so they have 9 NCAA teams the last 2 years. Of course, Boston College 2 years ago was one of those 9. See some of the students on hand getting the wave going. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but yeah, they're here and they're enjoying themselves. It's a little too early for the wave, I feel like. Another Friar hobbled, and this time they're going to stop the play, stop the clock, it appears, at 28-20. And I cannot make positive ID, and I believe it is Brendan Constantine, who is the one sitting up there against the wall and grabbing at his right foot area. So play stopped for the time being, with Boston College leading 1-0 on the first goal of the season for Beto Luna, and the 3rd of his career after he had 2 last year as a freshman. Taking a gander at the early numbers in this one. Each team 1 shot and 1 shot on goal. For Boston College, that 1 shot has been in the back of the net. Neither team actually need to update these. Check on that in a moment. Get updated numbers when we can, as they tend to Constantine, and substitution is going to happen for Providence. Kevin Vang checking in for the Friars. Freshman from Cranston, Rhode Island. Played at Cranston East High School for Bayside FC, and then was a 2-time captain for the Revolution Academy team. So he comes in for Constantine, who's still being tended to on the far side of the field where he went down, and now it looks like he's getting up and going to walk around to the bench. Sousa, surrounded by 2 Boston College defenders, and then tackled down. Working in the 18th minute. As I said before, the shots are still just 1-1. Already had 10 fouls called in the game, 6 on Providence, 4 on Boston College. Chuo Serrano is the one who'll end up taking the free kick. Ball comes free on the far side of the box. Eagles trying to defend the 6, not let the ball get any closer, and this will be a corner kick for the first time. Serrano will do the honors for the Friars. And look at how Providence is able to win this corner kick. Left-footed ball right to the arms of Chavez Borelli. Look at the 6-foot, 175-pound sophomore from Valley Village, California. Friars trying to get back on the offense, and a push by Bibas draws a foul. Forearm in the back. A lot of whistles in the early going here. Haven't yet played 20 minutes. We've had 12 fouls called combined. Second ball coming down. Stays in the air with another header. Enstrom trying to use his body to gain control of the ball there. Shielding off the defender. Now pass too far in front of DaCosta. Tristan Stoll for Providence. Redshirt sophomore, started all 3 games this year. Had a foul back behind the play, so Providence keeps possession. For a moment, referee was going to see if Friars continue with advantage, but did not, so the whistle blew. Good slide by Johnson, trying to get it to Enstrom though. And now off to the far side for the Friars. Providence under the direction of 7th-year head coach Craig Stewart. 10th year overall as a head coach. 61 wins at the helm of Providence College. Sousa loses it there. Enstrom trying to turn to Johnson and goes wide through the feet of Mendonça. Boston College. 31st year head coach Ed Kelly has won 277 games, has brought Boston College to 13 NCAA tournaments, 10 of those since the year 2000, so 10 of the last 18 years for the Eagles. Reference 2016 and 2015, where they went to the quarterfinal round. Look at those years for Boston College. 2 years ago, they were 9-9-3, 3-3-2 in the ACC, but they were the 9th team, or one of the 9 teams in the conference to make the NCAAs. And really the strength of that conference gets some teams on the bubble in. Bibas. Go back to David Longo. He was a transfer into the BC program as well. Sat out last year, previously with Florida International. And once again, Enstrom is involved in a wrestling match, this time with Ramsey Kawasmi. And you can definitely tell what the strategy is with Simon Enstrom. It's to get inside his uniform, basically. They're trying to frustrate him, but can't take the bad fouls, though, in these spots. Because now you got a free kick for Callum Johnson. We've already saw set up the goal earlier by Luna on a resurface in after a free kick was blocked out. He got right back to it, chipped it in for Luna's header. Callum Johnson with that assist has 2 on the year and 9 in his career. Free kick from Johnson coming here to from the near side. Beto Luna is the one closest to the 6 for the Eagles, and a bunch of players bunched near the top. And now we got a long discussion going on with the clock stopped. At this rate, it's going to take an hour and a half to play the first half. Everybody jockeying for position. Now Johnson finally with the free kick, headed out by the Friars. Now they look to clear it completely. And that appeared to be clean, and they call that one. Callum Johnson. The officials losing a bit of control early in this one. I thought that one for Callum Johnson was clean. He played the ball, and the Friar, who was running at him at 1,000 miles an hour, just runs into him and loses his footing and takes a big spill, which I think is what drew the call. But and you see a card issued to Klinsmann Sousa. I didn't really catch what actually happened to get the card here. It was right here along the near sideline after they called the foul on Johnson. And then I think Sousa wanted to start quickly, and maybe Simon Enstrom was in the way, and not sure if our cameras even caught it, to be honest. Let's see. How dare I doubt? There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty clear card. I don't know what you're arguing. You shove the guy in the back. So trying to get some control in this one. So Klinsmann Sousa booked with the yellow card. Friars trailing 1-0 on the goal by Beto Luna. Providence was held without a goal in the second game they played last weekend against Illinois Chicago in a 3-0 setback. And the 2-1 double overtime win against SMU. Trying to get back to even here in this one. Sousa, the end line, wins that battle initially, and then the help defense came. Ball sent to the far post. And that header deflects out off a Friar, and that'll be a Boston College goal kick with 19:38 and counting left in the first half. 1-0 Boston College. Enstrom jockeying with Klein. Goes out for a Boston College throw for Abe Bibas, senior from Sunny Isles Beach, Florida, playing in his 57th career game, making his 42nd career start. There's Brendan Constantine, by the way. We saw him go off injured earlier in the half. Another card, this time to Boston College. So the first card to the Eagles, and I think that's Callum, or is it Simon Enstrom? Yeah, Simon Enstrom issued a card. Simon Enstrom issued the yellow card. So each team with one thus far. We've had 15 combined fouls whistled. Needless to say, it has been a physical battle so far. Luna steps up, and or Braden Klein got there for Providence. And now Luna bangs it off the left leg of Klein. A Bebus. Tosses it towards his attacking third, headed away from there though. Chested down towards Mendonça. Tristan Stoll now with space in front of him, surveys. Stoll gonna switch it back here to the near side. Chested down by Kawasmi. Kawasmi and Sousa try to hook up there, and Johnson comes together with Kawasmi as the Friars turn it over, and then Enstrom hits the turf, and he is not a happy man today. He gets the call, but I think he is just frustrated with the way that he's being played. Let's see what we had here. There's just a collision and a clean play. And Enstrom knocked down from behind. Probably helped it a little bit. Callum Johnson with the free kick, and knocked down by Colin Miller and controlled in the box with a lot of bodies around him. Got to be pretty sure with that one. Not let it dribble away. After today, the Friars will take on Harvard on Monday night. That game in Cambridge before being home for a pair next Friday and Sunday against Albany and George Washington. Danny Griffin trying to get a cross off, and this will be ruled as a corner kick, I believe, for the Friars, and it will be their second one of the game. Friars, middle of the pack last year in getting corner kicks, getting corner kick chances. They had 3 on Sunday against UIC and 4 against SMU, so a little bit off their pace from last year, but already a couple so far here in the first half. And that's over the crossbar. It was out of the reach of Chavez Borelli, but too much air on it. Good setup for the Friars, can't finish. And just about 15 minutes left in the first half. See the delivery by Braden Klein, and solid chance. Providence women's soccer team right now down in North Carolina for a pair of games. They dropped a 1-goal decision to North Carolina and then play Duke this coming Sunday. It's the first goal that the Friars had allowed all season in the early going against North Carolina. And their first loss. As one would be able to guess from that, if you hadn't given up a goal yet, there's no way you could have lost. Chavez Borelli off his line and gets it right at the edge of the area. As I said earlier, 41st all-time meeting. Last year was the first time these two programs had played since 2008, which was a double overtime win for the Eagles last year. And Boston College leads all time, 18 wins. Friars have won 15 times, and there's been 7 draws. Griffin taken down by Johnson. And we're going to have a card issued to Johnson, it would appear, and it's the case. So both Johnson and Enstrom have been given yellow cards for the Eagles. And Sousa for Providence has been issued one as well. See that he clipped the back of the leg of Griffin. Griffin's arguing for the call, and he's getting the call. At the edge of the area, good drop back pass and redirected in. And the Friars tie it 1-1. Let's see. Mendonça was the touch for Providence here. And I don't know if we can look at our wide angle and see who it redirected off of. Here, we can check it again here. Yeah, it went off of the Eagle in front, Abe Bibas, off the shot by Mendonça. Certainly not a known goal or anything, just a redirect as Bibas was almost in the perfect spot to knock it down, but so Mendonça should be credited with his second goal of the season. Ties this game up. And that was a great pass back diagonally to the trailer. Mendonça filling the lane up the middle. So the Friars and Eagles tied at 1 with 12:38 to go in the first half. Malcolm Duncan. Gonna get 2 assists on that one. The very rare 2 assists. Duncan and Vang with the assists. Kevin Vang trying to slip it through. Down on the turf with Tyler Stott. Free kick here for Chavez Borelli for Boston College. Goal for Luna for the Eagles. And Mendonça, the Providence goal. Ball into space to Costa. Good slide tackle by Tyler Stott. Stott was down, got the ball first. They are awarding the throw to BC. I thought that was just off of Stott. It was a clean tackle, but Eagles get the throw. Sousa. Back to his keeper at the edge of the box. Colin Miller. Beebus. Johnson going to get the control. .8:42 left to go in the first half. Ball intended for Johnson, ends up getting to it, but can't use it. Friars in their home opener tonight. After starting the season 1-1 on the road. Klein, ball to Sousa, left-footed cross, goes off an Eagle. Ball still in the area, a shot, and that was saved, I think. Yeah, that was Tyler Stott, who makes the stop for Boston College. He gets thanked by his keeper, Chavez Borelli. And if Stott wasn't there, it'd be 2-1 Providence. Substitutions now for Providence. Matt DePero checking in along with Simon Fisher. And offside the call on a corner kick. Ball did go into the side netting, but well after the offside whistle. So Tyler Stott with a gigantic play for Boston College a few moments ago as he made the save. As the ball had beaten Chavez Borelli, he was out of position. Could have been 2 in a row for the Friars. Beto Luna in the corner. Trickles down the end line, stays in bounds, and Miller will take it. Ticking down towards 5 minutes to go in the first half of play. Boston College 1-0-1 on the season. They scored first in the 7th minute. Beto Luna, a header from about 10 yards out over the head of keeper Colin Miller off a chip in. And Callum Johnson, who picks up his second assist, and Luna, in his first game of the year, scores his first goal. And the Friars finding the equalizer on a beautiful setup, and ended in Thiago Mendonça deflecting one off the back of Abe Bibas and by his keeper Antonio Chavez Borelli. And then not too long ago, Friars looked as if they had a golden opportunity to go up 2-1, but a defensive team save, it goes in the book as, but it was Tyler Stott who was the one who saved it for Boston College on the back line, on the goal line, with Chavez Borelli out of position. And that's where we are here, 1-1 the score, Providence and Boston College. It's been a lot of physical play, which has led to 11 fouls called on Providence, 9 on Boston College, and we'd seen 2 yellow cards for BC and 1 for the Friars. Providence out shooting the Eagles 5-1. The only Boston College shot, obviously, was the goal. And now the Eagles get a corner kick for just the first time today. The Friars have had 3 corner opportunities. Callum Johnson will take the corner kick for Boston College. Junior from New York City, who had 4 goals, 3 assists last year, has 2 assists to begin this season, including the assist earlier today. Friars able to get it out near midfield, and Simon Fisher was slid out of bounds as Joe Kellett was able to control it for BC. .22 and counting to go here in the first half. Boston College a win over Quinnipiac 2-1 last Friday, and a 3-3 draw with Boston University on Monday. A game that they trailed 3-1 with just 30 minutes left in that one. So 2 goals over the final 30 to tie that one. Friars, an opening night win over number 8 SMU. And a beautiful setup, but the shot wide by Johnson. And I think it wasn't going to count anyways. The offside flag was up on the near side. So fun to watch, but wouldn't have counted. Through ball from Enstrom to Johnson. He was offside though. Sousa overlaps with Fisher. Kristen Stoll ahead for Kevin Vang. Down to 40 seconds to go in the first half, and the Friars looking to set up one final rush within the attacking third here, with the game tied 1-1. Fisher, sophomore from Brookline, Massachusetts. And now back, center back, Serrano. 18 seconds left. Friars being patient. the 10. Now it's time to attack. Stoll lofts one and punched away by Chavez Borelli with just a couple of seconds left, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And so, at halftime, this game tied 1-1. And on the board first for Boston College was Beto Luna. Scored for the Eagles in the 7th minute of play. And then the Friars get the tying goal in the 32nd minute by Thiago Mendonça. And that's where we stand. Friars 1, Eagles 1. We're at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half in just a couple of minutes. You're watching Providence College men's soccer. He served it back in over the top. Beto Luna right at the edge. Welcome back to Chappie Field at Anderson Stadium at halftime. Providence and Boston College tied at 1. Scott Sudikoff here with you. Let's run back through some of the first half highlights, and of course we'll show you the 2 goals, and this is how the scoring started. The initial free kick by Callum Johnson was blocked. He was able to reserve it back in over the top. Beto Luna right at the edge of the 6, able to head it over the top of the keeper, Miller. Providence had thought it was offside, but that was not the case. Providence, though, was able to play great defense the rest of the way. That was the only Eagle shot attempt. And you see that shot, a header that went up over the goal, a good opportunity for the Friars. And then Providence was able to score later on. Look at that pass dropping back to Mendonça. Watch it again from the low angle. Deflects off of A. Bibas and by Antonio Chavez Borelli. And through the numbers of the first half, 5 shots to just 1 in favor of Providence. A lot of fouls, 21 combined. And both teams end up with, Providence ends up with 3 corner kicks, Boston College with 1 corner kick in the first half of play. The only 2 saves of the game being made by Boston College, only one of them by their keeper, as he got helped out on one by Tyler Stott late in the first half, where Providence could have gone up 2-1. So there's Colin Miller. His Friars coming in 1-1 on the season, with the shutout loss the last game against UIC, Illinois Chicago, and before that the 2-1 win at SMU, number 8 at the time, SMU. All right, the second half begins, and this ball throw sent in on Chavez Pirelli, and he has to just lay it up over the crossbar and give the Friars the corner kick. So the Friars get a corner kick moments in. Serrano will take it with his left foot. Ball swinging into the far post. It's Chavez Pirelli. Grabs it there for the Eagles. So just underway in the second half in this 41st all-time meeting between Providence and Boston College. The Eagles have won 18 times, Providence 15, and there's been 7 draws. Couple headers keep it in the air, and the Friars control in the midfield. And go back centrally to the far side. Gleesman Sousa. Back to center back Tristan Stoll. And now Miller launches it ahead for the Friars. Second ball taken by the Eagles. Stott. And he battled with Malcolm Duncan. Lost it momentarily, but the Eagles back with it. Lawson Lehman, who had his first career goal Monday against Boston University, has the possession right now. We'll drop it back for Stott. Center back position with David Longo. Abe Bibas plays the right back with Tyshawn Rose. Left outside back for Boston College. Turned over momentarily. Friars, though, couldn't use it. And near the end line, ball stays in, as Danny Griffin was the one causing the pressure. And Enstrom gets taken down. And the second card of the game issued to Providence. This one to Joao Serrano. In the first half, it was Gleesman Sousa. And both Callum Johnson and Simon Enstrom issued yellow cards in the first half for Boston College. So a free kick. 15. Welcome back to Chappie Field at Anderson Stadium. At halftime, Providence and Boston College tied at 1. Scott Sudikoff here with you. Let's run back through some of the first half highlights, and of course we'll show you the 2 goals, and this is how the scoring started. The initial free kick by Callum Johnson was blocked. He was able to reserve it back in over the top. Beto Luna right at the edge of the 6, able to head it over the top of the keeper, Miller. Providence had thought it was offside, but that was not the case. Providence, though, was able to play great defense the rest of the way, as that was the only Eagle shot attempt. And you see that shot, a header that went up over the goal, a good opportunity for the Friars. And then Providence was able to score later on. Look at that pass dropping back to Mendonça. Watch it again from the low angle. Deflects off of Abe Bibas and by Antonio Chavez Pirelli. And through the numbers of the first half, 5 shots to just 1 in favor of Providence. A lot of fouls, 21 combined. And both teams end up with, Providence ends up with 3 corner kicks, Boston College with 1 corner kick in the first half of play. The only 2 saves of the game being made by Boston College, only one of them by their keeper, as he got helped out on one by Tyler Stott late in the first half, where Providence could have gone up 2-1. So there's Colin Miller. His Friars coming in 1-1 on the season with the shutout loss the last game against UIC, Illinois Chicago, and before that the 2-1 win at SMU. Number 8 at the time, SMU. All right, the second half begins. And this ball throw sent in on Chavez Pirelli. And he has to just lay it up over the crossbar and give the Friars the corner kick. So the Friars get a corner kick moments in. Serrano will take it with his left foot. Ball swinging into the far post. It's Chavez Pirelli. Grabs it there for the Eagles. So just underway in the second half in this 41st all-time meeting between Providence and Boston College. The Eagles have won 18 times. Providence 15, and there's been 7 draws. Couple headers keep it in the air, and the Friars control in the midfield. And go back centrally to the far side. Gleesman Sousa. Back to center back Tristan Stoll. And now Miller launches it ahead for the Friars. Second ball taken by the Eagles. Stott. And he battled with Malcolm Duncan. Lost it momentarily, but the Eagles back with it. Lost to Lehman, who had his first career goal Monday against Boston University. Has the possession right now. We'll drop it back for Stott. Center back position with David Longo. Bibas plays the right back with Tyshawn Rose, left outside back for Boston College. Turned over momentarily. Friars, though, couldn't use it. The end line, ball stays in as Danny Griffin was the one causing the pressure. And Enstrom gets taken down. And the second card of the game issued to Providence. This one to Joao Serrano. In the first half, it was Gleesman Sousa. And both Callum Johnson and Simon Enstrom issued yellow cards in the first half for Boston College. So a free kick. 15 yards past the halfway line. Christopher Conradson has started the second half. Boston College did not make one change during the first half of play. Freshman from Iceland who started the first 2 games of the season now comes in as a reserve. Ball in on a line. I'll go off an Eagle chest, but he couldn't control it once it was on the turf. Now Callum Johnson connects to Simon Enstrom. Enstrom with the right foot and directed wide. Boston College looking for a call in the box there to get them a penalty kick. Griffin. Ball into the box, headed away. Just over 4 minutes gone by in the second half. Mendonça got tripped up by Abe Bibas. Caused the foul call. Free kick now for Providence. Coming from about 25 yards away. Joe Serrano will take the free kick for Providence. And towards Mendonça, trying to go up for the header, knocked away by Chavez Borelli. Chipped back towards the top of the 6, loose. Chavez Borelli gets back in position in a sprawling block by Tyler Stott. And then he takes down the Friar just outside of the box. So Stott made the initial block and then went right back after it. He gets called for the foul, but just outside of the area. And Thiago Mendonça will now have it from 19 yards out. Mendonça discussing with a couple of the teammates. Serrano and Acosta as the wall sets up for BC. They've got 5 Eagles, now 6, now 7. I got Mendonça, and instead it's taken by Serrano. And Chavez Borelli snags it out of the air. Another look at it. And Friars adding to the wall there to impair the vision of the keeper, Chavez Borelli, but he was able to track that one fairly easily. Now Boston College into the box. Conradson drops it off, and first time shot. And Callum Johnson did obviously not get the touch that he wanted on that. Colin Miller with the goal kick, playing his 37th career game as a Friar, a .097 goals against average entering play today, 80% save percentage, 20 wins, 9 losses, 5 draws in his career with 13 career shutouts. The unanimous Big East preseason goalie of the year. And 2 years ago, in 2016, he was the Big East goalkeeper of the year. Throw by Malcolm Duncan, back into play. And Tyshawn Rose gets undercut. Fouls continue to mount. Abe Bibas plays it centrally for Tyler Stott. And now once again to Rose. Tyshawn Rose, a freshman from East Hartford, Connecticut. He's played in all 3 games so far in his freshman campaign. Enstrom circling around near the corner. Back for Rose. Lassa Lehman taps it for Callum Johnson. Curls it. Headed out by the Friars. Conradson trying to get to it for BC. Leads to the Friars kicking it out of bounds and giving BC a throw. Johnson. Rose taps it back for Lasse Lehman. Eight international countries, so 9 if you include the United States, represented on this Boston College roster. Croatia, a couple from England, a couple from Iceland, Italy, Ireland, 3 players from Germany, Sweden, Venezuela are the countries represented. And then you have 6 states in the United States represented. Massachusetts with 6 and Florida with 6 lead the way on this Boston College roster. And the 31st year head coach Ed Kelly, who has brought Boston College to the NCAA tournament 13 times, and 10 of those times since 2000. The Boston College throw along the near sideline. Both these teams were in the 2016 NCAA tournament. Boston College reached the second round, Providence to the quarterfinals. Boston College the year prior in 2015, they reached the quarterfinals. And of course the year prior to that, 2014, the Friars were in the College Cup. So a couple of programs that have been in the NCAA tournament as of late and knocking on the door for more than that. Lasse Lehman. Now Callum Johnson, who really is the offensive starter there in the midfield. Really gets everything going. And saw with the assist he had back in the first half. Junior season now, his 2 assists, and he has 9 in his career to go along with 7 career goals. In the 57th minute of play, both goals coming back in the first half. 7th minute, Beto Luna for Boston College. The assist to, as mentioned, Callum Johnson. And then in the 32nd minute, Providence tied it. Thiago Mendonça from Malcolm Duncan and Kevin Vang. And the rare double assist on the setup there. The Eagles looking to retake the lead here. And Tyshawn Rose, who is wide open, free on the near side of the field, but the Eagles did not spot him sneaking into the offense. Providence will play another road match on Monday. Go about an hour north and take on Harvard in Cambridge before being home for a couple of games next weekend, Friday and Sunday. Friday's game will be against Albany, 7 o'clock start, and then Sunday the 9th against George Washington, a 1 o'clock start in that one. And then after that, it's right into Big East play. September the 14th, the Friars will be in Chicago to play DePaul. As for Boston College, their next game may begin conference play a week from today. They welcome in 19th ranked Clemson next Friday at home. So the Eagles, it's a big conference, obviously, a lot of teams. 14, I think it is, that play soccer in the ACC. So, gonna get that schedule going early. Looking at their early season ACC schedule, 19th ranked Clemson, 9th ranked Louisville, 2nd ranked Duke, and number 24 Notre Dame. All on the schedule before the end of September for BC. They played 5 ranked teams last year and well on their way to doing that again with all the competition in the ACC. Good one here tonight. Simon Enstrom was trying to return that to the corner. Now BC looking to hem the Friars in, keep the ball in. Headed out by Providence. Now Rose. Conradson keeps it alive to Johnson, who rips one well high and wide. So we're in the 60th minute. Colin Miller, who last year had 5 shutouts, 109 goals against. So his numbers last year compared to his career numbers slightly down. 76% save percentage. Mendonça, good looping ball. Braden Klein read it nicely, ran diagonally onto it, now takes a left-footed shot and knocked away by the right hand of Antonio Chavez Borelli. So, terrific ball from Mendonça. Led Braden Klein in. And then this shot off his left foot was destined for the back of the net, except for the hand of Borelli getting in the way. Corner kick coming from Serrano with his left foot, and that is up and over, and it was off an eagle on the flyby, Abe Beavis. So we'll get another corner kick from the same spot. Chavez Borelli gets the first touch on it. And the Eagles able to clear their defensive third. Mendonça is knocked over from behind, or knocked over Tyshawn Rose, excuse me, from behind. Play continues on as Mendonça stole the possession away. So in the first half, Providence outshot Boston College 5-1. And now here in the second half, it's 5-2 total. So 10-3 is the total number in this contest in terms of shots. And the Friars have had 5 corner kicks to Boston College's 1. And that cross headed away and leads to another corner kick. It's Callum Johnson just made sure to get in the way, so nothing was available for the Friars. Quick with the corner kick, Klein. All deflects, and then following it up and shooting one wide was Vang. Freshman for the Friars. Goes wide off his left foot. Goal kick for Antonio Chavez Borelli. He's in his second year with Boston College, a sophomore. Started 14 games last year, appeared in 17. This is his first start of 2018. Dangerous ball. Miller coming out after it, and Tristan Stoll. There's a pun waiting there for me, but Stoll took control of the ball as Miller was coming out for it. And almost led to an issue there. Now we got a throw for the Eagles on the far side. It's 2 former Big East rivals. Well, the second time they're playing since the year 2008. Those two programs were in the Big East together. Boston College had the big advantage. Eagles were 13-3-4 in games when the two schools were in the Big East. Of course, Boston College moved out of the Big East. I think it was 2003, somewhere around that time period. When the ACC began to expand and added in Boston College and Miami, Virginia Tech to the conference. Miller taking his time, and 25 to go and counting here, second half. Well, Colin Miller doesn't have to be in any rush here. Providence this year picked to be fourth, or tied for fourth, with Creighton. Of course, 2 years ago in 2016, Providence was the Big East regular season champions. 2014, the College Cup year, they were the Big East tournament champions that year. That got them the automatic berth into the NCAA tournament. Boston College quite the effort. Keep this ball in the attacking third for Providence. And bounces in for Chavez Borelli. Well, close game here. Friars played 7 one-goal games last year. They were 3-4 and have begun this year 1-0. In such occasions. Boston College was 3-5 last year in one-goal games. And also 1-0 to begin this season. And playing in the one-goal contest. And fired by Sousa. Aiming for the far post from the left side. Only has 1 goal in his career. Coming back in 2015 when he was a redshirt freshman. Did have a couple of assists last year. Substitution for the Friars here. Simon Fisher coming in for Mendonça. Bibas onto it for BC. And now Callum Johnson over the halfway line. Off to his left for Lawson Lehman. Lehman takes the space, moving diagonally. And out to grab it is Miller. Miller will roll it ahead for Providence. Diagonal ball to the far side. For Kliesman Sousa being marked by Bibas. Sousa turns back towards another Boston College defender and gets rid of it. Sousa was trying to lay it off up the sideline for Serrano to run onto. Knocked out of bounds for a Friar throw. Tristan Stoll now coming here to the near side for Malcolm Duncan. Back heel tap to Klein from DaCosta. Now broken up, but it's a Friar throw. And a great ball into the box and off the post. It stays out. And now Boston College trying to counter the other way. Enstrom. Certainly got to get another look at that one when we can. Let's see it right now. Great feed in by Kevin Vang, but Simon Fisher sees it carom off the post. And back out. And then Boston College almost converted it down the other side. Transition for Simon Enstrom. Another look at it. Vang left-footed through ball. You see Boston College was calling for an offside. It didn't appear to be so. You saw the Eagle, who was well up ahead of the ball, it appeared. And Miller will grab that. So we've seen the Friars have a couple of really good chances to add on. Or get a go-ahead score, I should say, back late in the first half after they had already tied it. A shot that was saved by defender Tyler Stott after Chavez Borelli was out of the way, out of position, and then just saw this moments ago, ball off the post by Simon Fisher. It was close to his first career goal. So Friars have had very good offensive opportunities throughout this one, and last check they had 6 shots on goal. It's still at 6, but they have 13 shot attempts in total with 7 corner kicks. And the Friars, for the first 2 games, only had a combined 7 corner kicks. Chavez Borelli sliding out and knocking that one away before a clear shot there was taken. It's going to lead to a corner kick. The Friar down with, appears to just be a cramp for Braden Klein. So Klein got taken out by Chavez Borelli, who had to make a decision. He went out after it. Now the 8th corner kick of the game for Providence. Quickly headed out from the box. Diagonal ball loops Serrano, and then this will be a goal kick for BC. So Providence had the much better of the possession and offensive chances here in the second half. BC has only attempted 2 shots here in the second half and 3 for the game, while the Friars have attempted 9 shots and 14 for the contest. Now 15 to update that, with 8 corner kicks to Boston College's 1. So Antonio Chavez Borelli has made 6 saves. So he has tied his career high with 6 saves today. Had 6 in the ACC matchup last year for BC against Notre Dame. Friars continue to put pressure on the attacking third. Now forced to go back and switch the fields to the near side. Tristan Stoll for Duncan along the sideline. Duncan who had an assist on a Mendonça goal, last Friday against SMU. Scoring started in this one, first half, 7th minute. Beto Luna from Callum Johnson for Boston College. And they held that 1-0 lead for almost a full 25 minutes. In the 32nd minute, Mendonça scored for the Friars. Duncan picking up another assist, as did Kevin Vang on that play. And the Friars tied it at that point. Referenced later in that first half, a save that was made by a BC defender with Chavez Borelli out of position that very well could have made it 2-1 Providence. And then we saw just a few minutes ago a ball hit off the post by Simon Fisher. Friars threatening again. Danny Griffin plays it centrally. Klein to the corner of the area. Shot off of Borelli's left hand and trickles by the post and will be another corner kick for the Friars. And a 7th save for Chavez Borelli, setting a new career high for the sophomore. And Mendonça is coming back in for the Friars here. With 15:50 left and counting. Corner kick coming from the near side. Here it comes. And obviously, as you can tell, getting fairly chippy down on the field. And again, I didn't see what initially occurred to cause the scuffle. I only saw the reaction to it. Thankfully, everyone seems to have been separated before anything further happened. Let's check it right here. Well, that's obviously a dangerous play by Beto Luna, and then see the Friars coming to the defense of their teammate for the dangerous play, I'd say. I can't go ahead and say there was any intent by Beto Luna to do anything with that kick. And luckily, the two came together, just had words, and that's about it. And a red card issued to Luna. Is it for the play that the graphic there just flashed the wrong team, so don't be afraid, Providence fans. With 17, Boston College, there it is. And so, I mean, I don't know if they're calling it on the initial play. I guess it was a dangerous play, but maybe worthy of a yellow card. But I don't know if it was an intent type of thing. I forget who the Friar was. The Friar there had ducked his head, had lowered his head, has lowered his body. So any kick is going to obviously be closer to his head. Still, I'd say worthy of a yellow card just because of the dangerous nature of it. But unless the red card is for what occurred afterwards. But if that's the case, you would think a Friar would be given punishment as well. So the Boston College goal scorer, Beto Luna, has been given a red card. And players are jockeying around, so the referee decides to blow the whistle. David Breckner had his hands full today. He's got to be careful here because obviously tensions are high. And so on one end, I can't blame him for trying to police all the contact here, making sure nothing else develops as Chavez Borelli gets knocked down, and that'll be called, which will normally be the case. So Boston College down a man now after the red card. Let's see if the Friars can take advantage. See Boston College now in a 4-4-1 formation here after the red card. And flag up along the near side, offside of the call on Providence. Just about 14 minutes left. And what has been an eventful game with only a couple of goals, but we have seen defensive team saves, posts, and we had 4 yellow cards up until the red card just issued to Luna a moment ago. And Chavez Borelli has set a career high with 7 saves today for BC. And two come together and whistle and the foul. Something that I have said very often today. It is now 30 combined fouls between the two teams. It's actually the pace really slowed down for most of the second half. Had 5 cards, 4 yellow cards and a red card. Both these teams have already played an overtime game this year. Ended up being a 3-3 draw for the Eagles against Boston University, and we've referenced the win for Providence over 8th-ranked SMU coming in double OT. Serrano will get that one through. Vang chips it into the box, blocked out of there. Trying to spring Conradson was Enstrom. Klinsman. Staying tough on the ball. Keeping that play alive that time was Kawasmi, who was pushed up to join the offense. Vang, left-footed ball towards the penalty spot, and pops up into the air and down to the arms of Chavez Borelli. Two Friars really competing for that header may have been the issue. Malcolm Duncan overlaps Vang. Bad first touch, ball turned over to Callum Johnson. And trying to spring Enstrom, but off target was that pass, and Kawasmi was able to knock it away. And now Chavez Borelli forced to retreat as this ball comes to the edge of the box. Won by Tyshawn Rose. Rose will turn it over. Mendonça tapped it right to Serrano. And now Mendonça with space in the midfield. Off to Sousa. Sousa now for Fisher. Fisher. And that'll be a throw near the corner flag. Substitutions for both teams. Braden Klein coming back in for Providence, and for the for the Eagles, for the first time today, Jesus Soagun. Also, Ronaldinho Denise coming in. And also for the first time this season, freshman Carlos Dulce. And Boston College is down a man here after the red card. Simon Enstrom coming off for a rest right now. I've got to think this is going to be a quick burst, a couple of minutes to rest and then come back in. Ronaldinho Denise has taken that spot on the field of Simon Enstrom. At the top as the striker. 9 minutes to go. 1-1 the score. Providence has dominated offensive possession in the second half. Haven't been able to take advantage though and score. The ball intended for Denise. And now this is a race for the ball, and Stott knocks down. Play continues. Stott and DaCosta were both going after it. And it kind of came shoulder to shoulder. Stott had lowered the shoulder a little bit. They both went down, then DaCosta was trying to get back up, then kind of looked like he may have rolled his ankle trying to get back up as he stumbled on Stott. Denise, Ronaldinho Denise, transfer in from Division III Wheaton College to Boston College. He's played each of the first 2 games this year. David Longo trying to clear the area with it. Taken back into Friar possession near the halfway line. Now Duncan. Back across for Stoll. Mendonça. Vang. Knocked away from behind by Dulce. Vang back onto it. Serrano. And Providence can very easily keep possessions. Boston College has to chase down a player with the red card issued earlier in the half. This will be out for a Providence throw on the far side with 6 minutes left. And Denise with a great flick to Conradson. And now the Eagles try to attack the box. Denise trying to keep that one alive, and they're calling that off the Friar. Off of Stoll, who argues the call to the line judge. And it's going to be a corner kick, though, to no avail. So that was set up by Denise, and Conradson will now take the left-footed corner kick. So Boston College looking to get the go-ahead score here while down a man, but the corner right into Colin Miller. Nothing doing for BC. Serrano, left-footed service to the near side of the box. DaCosta was there, now comes out Griffin, and the slide by Dulce who then falls back onto the ball. Great overall play by Dulce to him sliding in out of nowhere, it appeared, to break that up. And now Ronaldinho Denise gets a step into the box and slide tackle to knock it away. Kristen Stoll with the defensive play. 4:15 to go and counting. In this second half, both goals coming in the first half. 7th minute by Beto Luna, who has since been disqualified from the contest with a red card here in the second half. And Tiago Mendonça with the game tying goal for Providence that came in the 32nd minute. Here's a throw. And Boston College appeared as if they may have been offside on the throw, either that or a foul. Friars trying to open up their home schedule on the right note. After beginning the season 1-1 on the road, Danny Griffin somehow gets a cross off, headed away from the 6 by Stott. Now Mendonça, and he is broken up from behind by Denise, and Mendonça is slow to get up. And now here come the Eagles. Conradson with a lane, and his shot blocked by the sliding Stoll. It's going to be a corner kick for Boston College. You can see the Friars, they're frustrated with the lack of call on one end, but they got to get back on defense and be focused here because of this corner kick with 2:45 left. Christopher Conradson, freshman from Iceland, will deliver the left-footed corner kick. A lot of movement around the box for BC. Miller into the air, comes down, and the Eagles are re-entered into the area. Sawagoon had it blocked down. Now the Friars trying to counter it again. Remember, the Eagles down a player, so a counter like that could be even more deadly. And now a substitution for Providence. Matt DePero checking back in. Redshirt sophomore from Baldwinsville, New York. He's coming in for Alex DaCosta. And this one almost led Raven Klein right in there. So we are nearing overtime. Of course, we play a pair of 10-minute overtime sessions, but golden goal. We enter the final minute of regulation. These two teams played a double overtime affair last year, with Boston College winning with a penalty kick. And the way this one has gone today with the fouls and the cards, I wouldn't be surprised if this one was settled by a penalty kick as well. Kind of hope that's not the case. I'd rather see a goal in the run of play. There's 20 seconds left, so maybe a little time for one final ball into the attacking third for the Friars. Unless they're just don't want to make a mistake here. And here's that long ball that's headed away by Longo. And so we will go to overtime. Neither team scores here in the second half. But remember, the Boston College Eagles, due to a red card to Beto Luna, will be down a player, continued into overtime. So after regulation time, Providence won, Boston College won. Take a break and be back in a couple of minutes. Get you the overtime here to the Friars and the Eagles. You're watching Providence College men's soccer. Getting ready for overtime here in Providence. Providence and Boston College tied at 1. Second overtime game for both the schools this year. BC one tie. Providence a double overtime victory over SMU in the season opener. Both goals in this contest, first half, 7th minute, Beto Luna, first of the year, assisted by Callum Johnson. And then 32nd minute, Tiago Mendonça, his second goal of the year, assisted by both Malcolm Duncan and Kevin Vang. Through the 90 minutes of play, Providence has outshot Boston College 15-4. And have had a 9-3 corner kick advantage. Antonio Chavez Borelli has made a career-high 7 saves for BC. And BC's only put 1 shot on goal. It's the goal that they've scored, so no saves today for Colin Miller. So first of 2 10-minute overtime periods has begun. But again, it is golden goal. The Eagles beat Providence in double overtime last season on a penalty kick strike in the second overtime by Simon Enstrom. Friars got their overtime winner in the second overtime against SMU, 104th minute overall by Alex DaCosta a week ago. Griffith. Playing out wide now, Sousa. And try to lead Sousa back to the box with it. Did Vang, but did not connect. Leads to a goal kick for Chavez Borelli. And 7 saves today. New career high for him. He had 6 in a game last year against Notre Dame. Boston College played 5 overtime games last year. They won 3 of them, so they were very successful in overtime, 3-1-1. Well, Providence last year went to overtime 8 times, and they were 2-1-5. But again, 1-0 to begin this season. Trying to make it 2-0. And look to start the home schedule off with the victory. Duncan. And Rose dispossessed him, but able to step up was Tristan Stoll, and Friars can do things like that with Boston College down a player. Red card was issued to Beto Luna in the second half. And we got a second ball in the field now because the fan threw it back out there, so Chavez Borelli will discard of it. Talked about the cost of having the overtime winner earlier this season. Joao Serrano had an overtime winner last year in a game against Brown. Stephen Kilday, who we have not seen play today, only played 25 minutes entering the season in the 2 games. He had an overtime winner last year against Rhode Island. Looking at players on this Providence roster that have had recent overtime winning goals. Ronaldinho today still out there in this first overtime period, and Simon Enstrom has remained off the field, which is a bit surprising considering his ability. Kelly just not liking something that Enstrom was doing and give Denise a chance out there. Number 80 at the top of the formation for Boston College with the neon green highlighter color cleats. I guess that'd be neon yellow more so. DePero fights through, gets a shot off, saved by Borelli, and it's free. And cleared away out of bounds by Tyshawn Rose. So Borelli adding to his career high now with 9 saves. I'll make that 8, I believe, 8 or 9 now. And DePero with the throw. Remember the all-freshman team of the Big East last year was DePero. Denise and Dulce trying to hook up there. Duncan gets to it and will use his keeper Miller. And again now, through 5 minutes of overtime, through 95 minutes of play, has not registered a save. Boston College has only put 1 shot on goal. And overall, have only attempted 4 shots. Tristan Stoll. Once again, 11 v 10 in favor of Providence. Since, I believe it was about 15 minutes to go in that second half when the red card came. And that one from Duncan does not work and leads to a goal kick for Boston College. Four minutes to go in the first overtime. Well, if you're Boston College at this point, playing down a man for potentially might be around 35, 40 minutes. I would be fairly happy to get out of here with a tie. The Friars have certainly dominated possession and attacking time. Chavez Borelli out of position. The ball still free, and it goes off the crossbar. We got an Eagle and a Friar both down as there was some serious contact. And Chavez Borelli coming out and attacking the ball. And so we got the Friar down on the field with 3:17 to go. And working on his leg. And back up on his feet is Danny Griffin. Boston College player there got his head knocked, it looked like. So yeah, it looked like Griffin just kind of really, Chavez Borelli just came out like a dart and basically undercut Griffin. And then with those players down and Chavez Borelli out of position, ball went off the crossbar. Tyshawn Rose is walking off the field because I think he, as I had said, he got knocked in the head, it looked like. So he's coming off the field, and Simon Enstrom's coming back in. So this has been an entertaining contest. So Boston College substitution, Simon Enstrom, has come in for Tyshawn Rose. DePero tosses it in, header to the 6. Ball is free there. Couldn't see it from over. It was covered up by Tyler Stott. And now Boston College, 3-on-4 the other way here. Now numbers begin to even up, which is what will happen when you're already down a player for Boston College, and they could not take advantage on the counter. 2:50 left to go in the first overtime period. Friars today have hit a crossbar, have hit a post, and have had a defensive player make a stop against them. So they have been that close to 3 other goals in this game. I say defensive player, someone other than the goalie. DePero had it, and then Longo breaks it up. Longo has had a good game defensively. It's his 3rd game as a Boston College Eagle after transferring from Florida International. Abe Bibas will throw it in for BC. Over the top, Ronaldinho Denise wins the ball. And this one stays in along the end line and then played out of bounds over the sideline by Providence for a throw. And Miller dives on top of that with less than a minute to go in the first overtime. Enstrom getting back defensively to get the header to block that ball from going over the top. Serrano launches it ahead. Once again, it's Enstrom. Couldn't really clear it how he wanted to. Kept in. Juggled and shot by Sousa. Deflected off the Eagle, then right in on Chavez Borelli. Blocked off of Abe Bibas and changed direction. Luckily for Boston College, it was right into the chest of Antonio Chavez Borelli. So the first overtime is over. Providence and Boston College both still knotted up at 1. Second overtime, a couple of minutes away here. Friars and Eagles. Welcome back to Providence, 1-1, getting ready for the second overtime period. Providence had the only 4 shot attempts of that overtime. And Boston College has been playing down a man since the 75th minute, a red card issued to Beto Luna. They have played 25 minutes in this contest, down a player, and Providence in that time period has hit a post and a crossbar. And have been very, very close to winning this one, while Boston College offensively has really been able to muster very little. Just 1 shot on goal in the game, and it was the goal they scored by Beto Luna in the first half of play. Providence goal was scored in the 32nd minute by Thiago Mendonça. And that has been it for the goal scoring. Antonio Chavez Borelli has made a career-high 9 saves for Boston College. And Colin Miller has only had 1 chance to make a save. And it was just the goal that was scored by BC early. Boston College tied in their last contest 3-3 Monday at home against Boston University, a game they trailed 3-1 in. So that's a game that they were certainly happy to come back and get a tie. They're down 3-1 with 30 minutes left in it. And again, this one, you have to think they'd be fairly happy with the draw as well. The fact they've been down a man, what will be the final 35 minutes. Braden Klein. Eagles back towards the middle. Thiago Mendonça. Mendonça. And now Cleesman Sousa. Sousa. That football curls in and redirects off an eagle, and Chavez Borelli had to stop on a dime and fall back to his left to grab the ball. So Sousa took that, well, it wasn't really a shot attempt, it was a curling ball into the box, but went off of an eagle and went the opposite direction of where Chavez Borelli was heading, and he was able to notice it in time to put the brakes on and come back the other way, fall onto it. Luckily, the ball didn't have a ton of pace on it, so had the chance to do it. So now Boston College with this free kick, sailing towards Miller with an eagle bearing down on him. It was Tyler Stott. So Colin Miller officially gets his first save of the contest for that one. Good chance here potentially. Braden Klein drops it back. And there's a tackle, not clean, foul called. Sauergoon argues with it as he took down Joao Serrano. Joao Serrano is back up. So the Friars will look to end this right here. Mendonça and Serrano. Mendonça Take it with his right foot. Serrano with his left as they line up. 5 Eagles in the wall. And then Danny Griffin, who's there for Providence, and he just keeps getting pushed by Boston College out of the spot he wants. Mendonça shoots it up over the crossbar. Alex DaCosta going to return to the game for Providence, as will Tyshawn Rose. Tyshawn Rose for Boston College, and Alex DaCosta for Providence coming in. Rose and DaCosta were the 2 players that were basically taken out by the keeper Chavez Borelli on the play that eventually saw a shot go off the crossbar for Providence. So they're both back in now. 5 minutes left in the second overtime. Mendonça. Duncan taps it for DaCosta. Clean tackle there. Sousa took it away from Enstrom. And then DaCosta and Enstrom get tangled up. Free kick upcoming here for Serrano. Serrano couldn't get it through the defense, and the Eagles knock it all the way back towards midfield. Sousa taps it back for Serrano, and now it's DaCosta. DaCosta steps to his right, trying to get central and slid it by Danny Griffin. Duncan gets to it though before it goes out along the sideline. And that'll be a goal kick. The stats in this one are very much in favor of Providence. 21-5 in the shots, 11-2 shots on goal, 9-3 in corner kicks. Got the red card to Boston College, so they're going to play down a man for the final 35 minutes of this one. 15 in regulation and potentially 20 full minutes in overtime. Miller a little careful there with pressure coming. 10 saves for Antonio Chavez Borelli, 1 that has come here in the second overtime for Colin Miller. But all in the end that really matters is it's 1-1. And one bounce in the right direction for BC here, and they can steal a game in overtime. And those numbers will mean nothing. Tyshawn Rose keeping it alive offensively for BC. Rose trying to get it ahead to Ronaldinho Denise, and Enstrom. Ooh. Looked like Enstrom got popped pretty well in the face. Let's check it out. Maybe not. I'd like to see it one more time. Maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, he didn't get hit in the mouth like he acted there. That's if anything, he maybe got, scraped with a fingernail there, but there was no other contact to the face, so that's embarrassing. Won't win any awards for acting. Well, I guess, well, no, they didn't. They called it in favor of Providence there. And Mendonça may have had that block by his own teammates.
Now checking in number 10, Kalen Johnson.
Enstrom going to come off the field here with 1:05 left.
1 minute remaining.
Leisman Sousa. Friars. I mean, obviously to take a tie over a loss, but they're going to probably be pretty frustrated if they don't find the back of the net in the next 35 seconds and take home a win. Duncan's shot blocked out. It'll be a throw. Friars going to hustle here with 30 seconds left. Duncan leads it off for DePero. Down to 18 seconds left. Yeah, the ball dangerously there for Boston College. They clear it out, and that is going to wrap it up here unless the Friars can launch one in from distance here. They'll give it a try, and that will do it. The Eagles and Friars go into the record books as a 1-1 draw, even though in the end, if you look at the numbers from this one, heavily in the favor of Providence. And the Eagles play 20 minutes of overtime and the 15 final minutes of regulation, so 35 minutes down a man. And so Boston College hangs on for the 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, Providence going to feel fairly frustrated that in the end of this game, they will outshoot BC 21-5. And Antonio Chavez Borelli makes a career-high 10 saves for BC. And it ends up being a 1-1 final score. So Boston College is now 1-0-2 on the year. And they return to action next Friday. They jump right into conference play, their ACC opener at home against 19th ranked Clemson. Meanwhile, the Friars on the road Monday night up in Cambridge to take on Harvard and then be back home next Friday and Sunday, a week from today, against Albany, 7 o'clock start, and then the following Sunday, September the 9th, against George Washington, a 1 o'clock start. The Friars now 1-1-1 on the year. That's going to wrap up the broadcast for tonight. I'm Scott Sudikoff signing off. Thank you for watching Providence College men's soccer.